graduating from an institution like this is something that a lot of kids don't have the opportunity to do. And when you have a gift like this education, this blessing that you have, you should use it. You've been empowered, you have resources, use it to positively affect your community. Well, I'm not a teacher myself, but I spend a lot of time with great teachers, and I spend a lot of time with great administrators that know how to hire and develop and support great teachers. And, you know, a lot of times when people describe it, it's kind of amorphous, you know, exactly what it takes to be a great teacher. But one of the things I know it takes is a passion and a commitment to excellence, setting high expectations for yourself and for the students. It comes with a sort of sense of conviction that you're on a mission. That when you walk into that classroom, you are going to take that class, those 30 kids, those, you know, however many kids are in that class, you're going to take them on a journey that year, and you're going to be relentless about getting them to that place. And part of that just takes a certain amount of character and willingness to risk it all and say, hey, we're going to go in there and we're going to do whatever it takes to shape these kids. And teachers have so much power because they spend so much time with the kids every day, spend hours and hours with the kids every day, and they need to make an impact. And for that to happen, there has to be a certain amount of passion and conviction, particularly when you're dealing with kids who may not have the best home environment, may not have the best community environment. The school is all they have, which means it is a challenge for teachers to work in those kind of schools and those kind of communities, but the teachers that are up to the challenge can be transformative and make a big difference. Every reform that's working around public schools, particularly elementary, middle, and high schools, that's preparing students to come to Kane, most of it revolves around making sure the students are exposed to great teaching every day. So making sure the people in front of them every day are prepared, are motivated, are passionate, are talented teachers, and giving them the best instruction that they can get. And so the main work that I do is around preparing kids for college. We work with a lot of schools that are trying to prepare kids so they can come to places like Kane, succeed, graduate, and then go on to live a great life. But unfortunately what's happening, and what I'll talk about in my speech today, is that too often so many kids are not even getting to the point where they're even able to come to a place like Kane because they haven't had the education they needed to get here in the first place. And then the few that do make it, especially from our most impoverished communities, they often don't have the skills to finish when they come to college. And I think schools like Kane can help when it comes to reaching back into the community to help the secondary schools prepare kids better for university and what they need to come to a university and succeed. And then also kids that come from at-risk communities, that come from communities where often the kids that start college don't finish college. Schools need programs to help nurture them and give them the skills they need to finish. Well, high school graduation rates in a lot of communities are too low, and so that means they're not even getting to college. But then the ones that come from the toughest communities often don't have a support network in place to help them finish college. It's partly financial. They have a hard time paying for school and dealing with the loans and all the things that they need to deal with to get through school. And then also just a kind of a culture of college completion around them, a support network around them. A lot of them don't have that. I've learned more and more that I have to trust myself, trust my instinct, be myself, do something that I care about and that I'm passionate about. And when you're not doing things that you're passionate about, it's hard for you to do your best job. And so I think every kid has to find that thing that drives them, that makes them motivated every day to wake up and love their job. And when you find that, you're usually going to be better at it. I had mentors throughout school. I had started with my parents, who always cared about my education and always, even though they never went to college and finished college, they wanted me to be, you know, a first-generation college graduate from my family. And they started me very young, reading and doing math problems before I even was school age. They believed that was important. And so they got me off to a great start. Then I had teachers along the way that nurtured that and made me even stronger. And each of those individuals, I can remember the ones that stood out because they had that extra amount of passion. They had that extra amount of talent and tenacity to say, you know, I'm going to take this classroom on a journey with me, and we're going to do something special and do something transformative in these kids' lives.
You